The Veedverks Cup Outlaw Series as we get ready for race number 1 of the chase for season number 5. We're going to have the drivers go at it today, see who's going to come out on top, try to lock themselves into round number 2, and who's going to strike out, hit snake eyes. We can join in, we see them on their pace lap here, and we'll get a look at the starting lineup. The front row, we have the numbers 2 and 22. Starting inside row number 3 is going to be the 24 of Jaywood. On the outside of him will be the 19 of IROC. Behind Jaywood is going to be the 88 of Too Fast. Alongside Too Fast is going to be the number 1 of Party People. Starting next to Party is going to be the number 8 of Two Words. Starting to his outside is going to be the 13 of Controller, followed by the 20 of Miz, the 48 of Motorsports, and the 9 of Cracker brings out the and as well as the 95. There we go, we're going to get it. Yes. Get ready to take the green. We'll see who's going to get the jump on the start. Come through the restart zone. Green flag is out. It looks like the 2 of Trans Am is going to get the jump as they come across the line. He's going to try to bring the 24 of Jaywood with him along on the inside. And the 88 is going to try to stick his nose in there as well and keep Corey up there on the outside. As we have the 22, the 19, and the 1 all up there on the high side. Meanwhile, everybody else is jumping down to the bottom. And we see going into turn number 3, they're single file for the first 2, but behind that we have the 19 and the 22 battling hard for 3rd position, as well as the 88 and the 1 battling behind them for 5th. And the 8 wants to try to stick his nose in there as well and try to pick up a couple of spots. Come across the line, complete lap number 1. The number 2 is the leader for that first lap, followed by the 24. The 19 looks like he's going to get clear of the 22. As they come out of turn 2, he just barely squeezes up there in front of the 22 to take 3rd place. And meanwhile, the 22 of Corey is going to try to hold off a challenge on the inside from the 88 of Rookie's newcomer, Too Fast. It looks like he's going to hold him off for the moment, and Too Fast is going to slide in line in 5th position there, just ahead of Party People in the number 1 car. And we see, looks like everyone's starting to go single file there as we see Jaywood. No, that's not Jaywood. I'm going to jump back. And we see the 20 car of Miz got into the grass a little bit, but he gathers it up, keeps on going. And further back up front, it looks like things are kind of settled down, except at the very front, we have a challenge for the lead from Jaywood in the 24 car against the number 2 of Trans Am. Take a look from up high over the action. We see the 22 of Corey gets a little bit out of shape. That's going to cause Jaywood in the 24. Trans Am's going to try to get the drafted help from IROC in the 19 car and stay up there on the high side as Trans drifts a little bit high and IROC sticks it in there. They have 3 wide coming down the backstretch for the lead. IROC gets a little bit of a bobble as they go into turn number 3. They spread out a little bit more. He lifts up, and it's still going to be the 24 and the 2 side by side for the lead as IROC drops back to the outside of road number 2, trying to hold on that 3rd position from the 88 to Too Fast. But Too Fast has a little bit of help there from behind with the number 1 car pushing him as they head into turn number 1 and 2. And Jaywood gets a little bit of a slip there, loses some momentum. And look, Trans is going to try to get the run back up there on the high side. Take the lead back as they go into turn number 3. Gets a big push from behind to the 19 of IROC. And it looks like the 22 is going to finally start to clear Jaywood as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be the 2 lead in this lap. He's going to try to bring the 19 of IROC along with him, but he drops down there, trying to hold off the run that 24 had coming on the inside. As they go into turn number 1, we are 4 wide with the 24 on the bottom, 88, 19, and 22 as they file down to double wide coming out of turn number 2 and down the back stretch. Let's see what they're going to do going into turn number 3. They stay single file for the first 2, and then behind them it's 2 by 2 as they race in a pack. Nobody wanting to give an inch, everybody trying to get everything they can while they're all still bunched together. Trans drops all the way down to on the apron, down to the grass, coming down the front stretch. Heading into turn number 1, a little bit of a contact there between the 19 and the 2. 2 goes up the track a little bit, keeps it off the wall. 19 with a big run on the inside. We'll see if he's going to be able to get it. No, 22 gives a big push to the 2 coming down the back. Takes that momentum, follows it all the way down to turn number 3. And he's going to dive inside of his teammate and try to take the lead for the first time in this race. Got the 22 of Corey on the inside with the 2 of Trans on the outside. Side by side, they come to the line, and the 2 leads that lap one more time. It seems like everyone's trying to make a challenge, but nobody can just quite get up there and pull off the pass. Coming through turns 1 and 2, we see the number 1 car looking to the high side of the number 2, trying to get the run up there. Peeks his nose up, thinks better of it, drops back in line. 2 by 2 as they head off into turn number 3. 2 of Trans Am drops down to the bottom of the 8, trying to pull the 22 clear of the 1. It looks like he's going to get him up there, and he's going to try to pull those Penske cars back up to 1-2. But IROC jumps up to the high side. He's going to give a big push to Party People in the 1 as they come down the front stretch, heading into turn number 1. And try to use that momentum to get a good run coming out of turn number 2. We'll see if they can take that. Nope. Corey slides up in front of the number 1 car of Party, and they fall back in line until they get to turn number 3, and then they fan out again. But it seems like those 2 Penske cars are just going to try to stay in line for the moment and see if they can't try to get the field a little bit. But these 3 cars right there behind them aren't letting them get away at all. We'll go ahead, we'll jump a little further back here. We see Jay Wood seems to be just kind of riding back there. Meanwhile, it looks like IROC is around Party People for the 3rd position as they come through turns 1 and 2, and he's going to try to make a run at these 2 cars up front and see if they can have a little bit better luck. As we see Motorsports has worked his way up to 5th position after starting deep in the pack. And it looks like he might just be trying to ride, trying to keep his car clean, but still wanting to be up there for those stage points. They get towards the end of stage number 1. You see them all just kind of riding here as IROC gets a big run coming through turns 1 and 2. Going to jump up to the high side behind Trans in the 2 car. Leaves Corey down there on the bottom. Coming through turns 3 and 4. He stays to the outside. We'll see if he's going to use that momentum and get around the 22 as they come out of turn number 4 and head down the front stretch. And they are still side by side at the line. Going into turn number 1. We'll see how it plays out. IROC seems to like riding up there in the higher spot where it's a little bit smoother, and Corey, even though it's a shorter way around on the bottom, turns 1 and 2, it's really rough when you get through those, try to keep it down low there. And if you're not careful, she'll jump out from out into you and you'll lose control. Coming to 3 and 4 though, it's a lot smoother, a lot more options as far as being able to hold your speed up. It looks like 22 is dropping back. We'll have to jump over here, see if he's got an issue on his car. Or if he just might have gotten out of the groove a little bit. Jump on board. Yeah, 22 seems to be back up to power now. We're hearing from our spotters around the track that he had a little bit of a slip there in the middle of the corner and lost all of his momentum. As you see right there, just having to lift for just a second cost you 2, 3, 4 spots really quickly and really easily, as he dropped all the way back from battling for the lead to trying to hold on to 4th position now and hold off a charge from the 88 coming to the outside. Meanwhile, it looks like we got a couple of... way up front. Looks like we have a lead change up front. We have the 19 for the first time today getting around the number 2 car. And Trans Am looks like might have a little bit of a challenge that he wasn't expecting. As they come through turns 1 and 2, and we'll be back in just a moment. And we are back as a 19. It looks like it's a little bit high coming out of turn number 4. And now the 2 is going to take the lead back. He's going to bring the 1 and the 88 along with him. And we've seen this 88 car trying to work his way up to the front so far all night. And we're still early. It looks like he's going to work his way up to 2nd. His Party has a little bit of a slip there in turns 1 and 2. And it looks like we're going to have the number 1 of Party People is going to be the first car to hit pit road as he goes and dives down onto the apron, makes his commitment points. And yes, we're going to Party's going to be the first one as we have a challenge for the lead from the 88 of Too Fast as he tries to make a look at Trans Am. Looks up high coming down the front stretch. Nothing there. Dives down low in turns 1 and 2. Let's see if he's going to clear him coming out of turn 2. As they head down the back there, door to door. And yes, the 88 is going to clear the 2 as the 2 dives down to pit road. He's going to bring the 19 in with him. As we start, it looks like we're going to start having green flag pit stops. You see the 2, the 19, the 20 all head into pit road as they commit coming out of turn number 3. And it looks like everybody's going to make it in. And they bring the 9 car in there along with them as well. So we'll jump back up front here, and it looks like we're going to have the 88 of Too Fast all alone up front. Corey in the 22 moves up to second, followed by Motorsports in the 48. Jay Wood in the 24. It looks like the 22 and the 48, 88. These guys are all going to go ahead and duck into pit road this time. That leaves the 8 car out on track. As just about every single other car on the track dives in, so that leaves the 8 car out on track. But we expect he's probably going to end up having to pit shortly because he's got some heavy front end damage, so I believe he's off sequence. Meanwhile, the number 1 of party's back out on track. And we see the other cars starting to pull out. At the 2, the 19, the 20 all working their way out on the track. 95 is on track still. He has not sure if he's pitted yet. We'll have to find out. So we see the 2, the 19, the 20, and the 9 all coming off pit road together. Say it again. Okay. Alright, so it looks like as pit stops are ramping up, the number 1 of party, I believe, is going to be the leader. Looks like the 2 is going to be in second position, followed by the 19, the 20. We see the other rest of the field coming out of pit road that pitted later on after those stops. We'll have to see how everybody blends in after that, but it looks like the 1 is going to be the leader, followed by the 88, the 2, the 19. 5th place is going to be the 48 or the 20. The 20 clears the 48 as they go into turn number 3, followed by the 22 and the 9. And it looks like everyone's pretty gapped out right here. We see a good battle right here between the 22 and the 9 as Cracker tries to take a look around the outside of Corey. Nothing there. Falls back in line as they head into turn number 1. Jumps back up to the high side. We'll see if he can use that momentum to carry him around there. Nope, not there. So he runs down the hill, down low, coming out of turn number 2, heading towards the back stretch. And it looks like Corey's going to hold him off for now. So we see everybody's starting to get a nice little gap here. Meanwhile, back up front, as I say that, we have the 19 and the 2 getting back into it as they battle for third, and they are right there front, bumper to bumper. And it wasn't that long ago we had the 19 of IROC clearing the 2 and passing him under green for the lead. And then before he had a little slip and ended up giving it back. But we've already seen that this 19's got a fast car. We've seen that the 2's got a fast car. Now it's just a matter of which one of these guys is going to take it and which one of these guys is going to try to have the faster car at the end when it matters. Back up front, we have the 88 of Too Fast trying to make a move and take the lead from the 1 of Party people as they come out of turn number 2. Too Fast is down on the inside. Party's going to have that momentum coming down the backstretch going into 3. Let's see which one of them is going to dive it in there deeper. 88's going to get it in there. He's going to clear the 1 of Party, and we have a new leader with the number 88 of Too Fast as he makes the pass coming through turns 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. Meanwhile, back a little bit further, we have 19 and 2 continuing their battle as IROC keeps trying to take a look and make runs around the 2 of Trans Am. Behind him, we have the 20 of Miz, just kind of riding there in 5th place. And let's take a look through the field. Everyone get a chance to see where your favorite drivers are running. We got Miz right there in 5th place, followed by the 48 of Motorsports in 6th, followed by 22 of Corey running right there in 7th. Behind Corey, we have Cracker running in 8th. Cracker runs just ahead of Jay Wood, who is running in 9th. Behind Jay Wood, we have the 95 of Bombs in 10th. And the 13 and the 8 rounding out the field in 10th. 11th and 12th. So it looks like the guys are getting settled into a nice long green flag run here. So it's a matter at this point of who's going to take care of their car, who's going to maintain what they got, fuel, tires, Because if they have to pit before the end of the stage, it's going to be pretty costly for them, especially considering pits closed with 2 to go in the stage. So we already know the one's in a precarious position. We've been listening over his radio between spotter and crew chief and driver, and they're saving gas right now. They're not sure they got it full all the way. They say they might be a lap short, and they're telling him over the radio, save, save, save. As we see the 2 of Trans and the 19 of IROC starting to reel him in. So it's only a matter of time, you got to figure, before they go around him, and he's just going to have to try to nurse it back to the finish. As we see coming out of turn number 4, there they go. The 2 and the 19 are going to move up to 2nd and 3rd position. So it looks like at this point, Party's just in survival mode, trying to hang on there, stay in the top 5, get some stage points, because those can pay off huge when it gets towards the end of that 3rd race and we go to cut off for the next round. We've already seen it many, many times this season. Every point counts, every position counts. As IROC takes a look inside the 2 of Trans Am, coming through 3 and 4, gets a good run coming out of turn number 4, dive all the way down low to the grass, and he's going to clear him coming out of turn number 4 at the line. Heading into turn number 1, we have a new 2nd place car as IROC is continuing his impressive run tonight. He's been staying up towards the front of the field. He didn't have the best of qualifying runs, but he definitely seems to have more of a car for a race package than he does for a qualifying package. As we see further back a little bit, Miz is keeping on working on holding off Corey as Corey tries to chase him down to 5th. He's already gotten around Motorsports in the 48 for 6th. So we'll have to see if Miz is able to hold on to that spot and get both them 2 JGR Toyotas that are running tonight into the top 5 at the end of the first stage, or if Corey's going to be able to get around him. But we know Corey had a slip, and that's definitely hurt him here in this stage, as he's been trying to make it up, but it's still a long way to go in this race. We jump back up front a little bit here, and when it looks like these 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place cars are deciding they're going to run up nose to tail and try to run down the leader before they get to the end of the stage and try to get greedy and take some of them points for themselves. You get the big points for winning the stage, but you also get that playoff point that you get to keep bringing with you round to round as well. So if they can catch them and run him down, that 288 car had a huge lead once these pit stops cycled out. If they were able to catch him back and run him back down here under green, that's going to say something, because he's got a fast car and they have fast cars already by themselves. But if they were able to run him down from that distance, that's a pretty big statement right there. And meanwhile, we never wanted to count him out because he's always lurking back there. We jump over here to the 22, and we've noticed that him and the 20 car is starting to eat into that gap that they have between the 3 cars in front of them a little bit. So we may not have seen everything that 22 car has just yet. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. How many laps left in the stage? Alright, we are 5 laps to go in the stage. So time's running out, and we're going to have to see if these 3 cars right here together are going to be able to run down our leader, or if the 88 is going to win the stage here and try to make a statement for himself. He's not running for a championship this year because of how late he joined in the season. However, he is running for wins and he is running for trophies, so he's got nothing to lose and no reason to leave it all not leave it all out there. So these 3 seem like they're working a little bit together, but now it looks like Trans is starting to get a little greedy. 4 to go that time by as they head into turn number 1. We'll see number 1 if the number 1 car is able to make it on fuel. Or number 2, if any of these guys are able to stay in their positions, or if we're going to end up seeing it get wild. We see the 1 car ducks off into pit road. Let's see if he's going to make it there before the leader gets to the line, because pits will be closed. And he did. He just barely made that one there, folks. You really can't get much closer than that. So now the question is, oh, that was 3 to go? Oh, okay. My apologies. Was wrong on the lap count there. It was 3 to go that time, not 2 to go. So now we'll have to see if he goes a lap down or not. So we're going to stay here on the 1 car, see if the leader gets to him or not. There goes the leader, and yep, he is not going to stay on the lead lap. And now we are at 2 laps to go in the stage, so we're going to jump back up here. We're going to see if IROC's able to hold on for 2nd position. Coming to 1 to go in the stage as the 2 of Trans takes a look down to the inside. It might have been a little bit of contact there. He's got a big push from his teammate. No contact upon review. Gets a big push from his teammate, and the 2 goes up to 2nd place, brings the 22 with him as they are side by side, but I think the 22 wants more. As we go up, they are side by side, battling for 2nd, heading down the backstretch. Going into turn number 3, the 2 gets a little bit of an edge up on the 22 of Corey. Diving into turn number 3. 22 dives down low. Looks like the 19 has ran out of fuel back there further in the back. Coming out of turn number 4. Which one of them is going to get it? Coming to the line. It is going to be the 2 car. Holds off the 22 as they get to the line for 2nd in this stage. So it'll be the 88, the 2, the 22, the 24 of Jaywood comes across the line in 4th. And it looks like the 48 is going to round out the top 5 at the end of stage number 1. So we'll go ahead, we'll let these guys pit, get this some tires, get some more adjustments in, and see what happens at the end of in stage number 2 here. Yeah, if you pitted when it was closed, it's a drive-through on the restart. That's not a pit. If you pitted and took service, it's a drive-through. All right, and we are back for the start of stage number 2. Looks like 19 is going to get the lead as they come through turns 1 and 2. And he gets a good run down on the bottom, slides up in front of the 88. So the 19 and the 20 car both had to do a drive-through, but they are getting cleared of that now. Yeah, so just do that now. Same difference. Back up front, we have a battle for the lead as 88 tries to hold off the 22 and the 2. As they come across the line. What? 48 way down low, 8 off the inside wall. Let's see if he's going to gather it up. Comes back up the track. He keeps it back out of control. Didn't see what started that. We saw looked like the 48 car get a little bit out of shape coming out of 2. And there we see the 8 cars. He went for a ride down the back stretch. keeps his car straight. 20 has to check up a little bit to avoid getting into him as they gather it up. Keep going. Everybody keeps their cars straight. We saw the 95 in the grass there for a moment. That could have been big there, folks. I'm not sure what exactly started it, but we saw the 8 car go for a ride there and really heads up driving by everybody else as they checked up to miss him. Meanwhile, back up front, we have the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars under a blanket there. And we have the 13 trying to look to break up that Penske duo that's running there in second and third as he jumps up to the high side. He's going to try to bring the 1 of Party with him. The 48 of Motorsports is looking to the inside of Party as they battle side by side for 5th. And a little further back, we see Jay Wood and Cracker, and they're running back there in 7th and 8th position. Coming through turn number 4, Too Fast stretches out to a little bit more of a lead. It looks like about a 5-car lead as they come out of turn 4, head towards the line. The controller drops way down low, gets down all the way to the grass, looking underneath the 2-car of Trans as he tries to take the spot. Follow all back down, single file, except for back there, 7th and 8th, Cracker and Jay Wood still running. Jay Wood all the way down there at the bottom, Cracker all the way up at the wall, and they really can't seem to get away from each other. Single file that up here up front as the 22 goes way up high coming out of turn number 4. Tour Trans Am gets a big run, takes a look all the way down to the grass. He's going to bring the 1 of Party people down to the low side with him this time. As Motorsports in the 48 jumps up to the high side behind the 13 and Controllers. They go down into turn number 1. Everybody goes down to the bottom and leaves the 13 up there on the riding against the wall. And it looks like he's probably going to fall all the way back to 6th position by the time. A little bit of contact there between the 1 and the 13, but no harm, no foul. They gather it up. 13 is going to fall back another spot. He's going to drop all the way back to 6th position, it looks like, before he can get back in line. So they come across the line. He is still side by side with the 48, but he's probably going to lose a spot here in the next lap. As the 24 is coming up behind the 48, and those two are very well known for working well together, as they've been teammates for many years. And up front, we still see working together that 2 and 22 cars. They really haven't left each other's bumpers since they've gotten together. Take a look further back. We see the 20 back here running side by side with the 95, but I don't believe that is for position. Oh, it's for the Lucky Dog? Okay. Okay, so that is for position as the 20 takes the Lucky Dog spot from the 95 of Bombs. 8 falls in behind the 95 of Bombs. So heading into turn number 3. Take a quick look through the field. You saw it there, folks, while we were riding on board, some contact between the 8 and the 95. As we were riding on board the 95, and all of a sudden you saw him get really loose, and when we jumped out and took a look, we saw the 8 car was right up there against the back bumper, almost like he was getting tired of held up a little, thought he was getting held up a little bit, and decided it was time to move the car in front of him. Looks further up ahead, it looks like we have a car off the pace. Let's see if we can find out who that one is. Looks like there was a 9 car, had a little bit of a slip there coming through 3 and 4 last lap. He looks like he's back up to speed now, falls in behind the 20 of Miz and keeps on going. You can see where he can fall out at the end of this stage. Back up front, it looks like we got a 3-car breakaway as the 2 and the 22 are still running there right behind the 88, but it doesn't seem like you can really close in on him. He seems to be maintaining about that 4 or 5 car length gap. And even with the 2 of them running nose to tail and working together, they just can't seem to get any closer than where they're at now. Heading through 3 and 4, they're all lined up single file, nose to tail. Meanwhile, further back, we have a battle for 4th between the 24, the 1, and the 13 are all trying to get involved. And the 48's right there with them as they head into turn number 1. It looks like the 24 is going to get inside the 1, followed by, he's going to try to bring the 13 with him. Coming out of turn number 2, the 13 just barely clears the 1 of party people, slides up in front of him coming out of turn number 2, and he takes over the 5th position. As they head into turn number 3, Party gets a run up on the high side. He's going to try to take a look and take it back. As we have some contact up front between the 2 and the 22. 2-car goes off in the grass, 22 up against the wall. Both of them keep them straight, gather it up. The 2's going to lose a whole bunch of spots. We're going to see with 22, he's going to maintain his position. Even after all of that, he's going to keep on going, stays ahead of the 24. 24 jumps to the inside, heading into turn number 3. And it looks like the 1 and the 48 are going to drop down there with him. We'll see if they're all able to get by the 22 or not. They'd been running nose to tail, Corey and Trans in the 2 and 22. And they just decided, got back side by side, a little bit of contact there. It put Corey up in the outside wall in this 22 car, and it dropped Trans all the way back to 6th position after getting into the grass coming down the front stretch. And it looks like he doesn't even have the help of the draft anymore at this point. He's dropped so far back from them. We see the 22 and the 1 dive down towards pit road. Everyone else stays on track for the moment. '95 is also going to take the pit road this time. So that puts your new 2nd place car up as Jay Wood in the 24. Coming down, looks like our leader is going to hit pit road this time. He's going to bring the 24 with him. He's going to bring the 48 with him. It looks like the 13 is going to stay out on track. We got the 2 coming in. 20 is going to dive in, make his pit stop diving into pit road. Our new leader right now should be the 13 and controller. We'll see if he comes in this time or if he decides he's going to stay out another lap. Well, it looks like the 13 has ran out of fuel as he comes down, coasting down the backstretch and through the apron. So he tried going 1 lap too many, it looks like. As the 13 is going to be barely coasting under pit road. Way off of power. This is going to definitely cost him as we see the 22 going past on track under green. Meanwhile, back up front we have the 88 and everybody else coming back off of pit road. Let's see where they all come out. 88 comes off of pit road. 2 is right there. The 22 is coming out with him. 88 merges up onto the track. Is he going to maintain the lead? It looks like he is going to. 22, Dracori is back up to 2nd after pit stops. Followed by the 24, Jay Wood, the 1 of Party, and the 48 of Motorsports as they come through turns 3 and 4. And it looks like everyone's just kind of gapped out all about the same distance now, so it'll be interesting to see who can close in on who and if anyone can make up time as we see the 13 finally coming out of the pits now. But that's going to definitely hurt him big time in the running order. As he drops all the way back, we see the 19 of IROC diving in to make his pit stop. And that should finish out the cycle of green flag stops. As we jump back up here, we see the 88 stretching it out some over the 22 of Corey. And it looks like Jay Wood and the 24 starting to reel Corey in. And he wants to try to take that 2nd position. Coming out of turn number 2, heading down the back stretch. Things look good for them so far up there. That 88 seems to definitely be the car to beat. It started out with the 2 Trans Am up front. And we saw the 19 was up there for a while. And a little bit of bad luck, but it's still early in the race. Still time to come back from it. see what he can make from it. But once this 88's gotten up front, he's pretty much been the class of the field, and they really haven't had much for him behind him just yet. Still plenty of pit stops to be made, though. Still plenty of time to work on your cars. Check them out and see if you can't make it a little bit better. So it's definitely not over by any means. Any one of these drivers could still walk away with a checkered flag. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to jump back on board with some of these guys. We'll take you through the field, let you see where they're all at. And we invite you to turn it up, listen to the sounds of the cars. We rode on board there. You could really see just with how that 88 was riding compared to the rest of the field. It seems like where he's making the most of his time up is right there in the center of the corners. The car just seems to stick, doesn't really want to float anywhere. It just bites into the track. You see the 20 car off the pace here coming down the back stretch. Heard he got a little bit loose, had a little bit of a slip, gathered it up, although didn't end up wadding up the car, didn't have any incident. And this has been a very clean race overall. We've had a couple little incidents between cars here and there, some little get-togethers, but overall, nothing major, and everyone's kept their cars straight. So we've been clean and green with the exception of the stage end so far. Looks like the closest battles we have right now are for second and third. We have a good battle going on for fourth and fifth, as well as the 48 of Motorsports. Tries peeking on the outside of Party. Looks to the high side coming down the backstretch. Dives down low, going into turn number 3. Party's up high. We'll see if that momentum will keep him running. Let him keep that spot as they come out of turn number 4. Motorsports gets a little bit closer, heading down the front stretch, and it looks like it's going to be Party that time by. As they come across the line, heading into turn number 1, still side by side. Motorsports edges ahead in the 48, but he has to check up a little bit so he doesn't drift up into the door of the one car. Party's able to keep his foot down, get some clear coming out of turn number 2 with that momentum coming down the high side. Heads into turn number 3, and he's going to gap the 48 by about a car length. As they come out of turn number 4, that car length turns into a car length and a half. Now Motorsports has a big run. He's going to jump up to the high side and see how that momentum works for him. As they come across the line, heading into turn number 1, the 48 takes another look down low, but drifts up behind the 1 as they head through turns 1 and 2. Going to get a run on the inside, come down, heading into the turn number 3. We'll see if he can use that shorter way around this time to get around and take the lead. Or not the lead, but for 4th position. That time the 48 was 4th at the line. Well, looks like we have the 8 going into pit road. Not sure if this is expected or unexpected. 8 cars just lost a motor, and he pulls it right behind the wall. So the 8 is done for the night, and towards is out of the race. So he will be our first retiree of the night. Let's go back up here, see if these guys are getting any closer as they battle for second. Looks like Jay Wood in the 24 and Corey in the 22 are starting to reel in the 88. Not sure if they have enough time left, as I'm sure laps are winding down. And we see 19 loses it on the back stretch. We see him backwards. Gathers it back up. We see the 22 slow. I'm not sure how much he got into that. It looked like he could have gotten collected, but he may have just checked up majorly to try to stay out of it. All cars are rolling. All cars continuing on track. So we stay green. Three to go at the line this time, as the 88 seems to be building his lead over the 24 of Jay Wood. Further back, the battle now for third is between the 1 and the 48. As they continue, they've been pretty much side by side this entire stage. So we'll have to see which one of them is going to finally clear the other one and get those valuable stage points as they come down to 2 to go this time. So now that we're at 2 to go, pits have been closed. Take a look at Corey's car. It doesn't look like it's got much of any damage, so he should be good. Coming to the white flag is out. This is the final lap of the stage as they come across the line. It looks like the 88, as long as he hits his marks and doesn't do anything wrong, he'll be able to easily win this stage over the 24 of Jay Wood. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, or 1 and 2, heading down the backstretch, going into turn number 3. The 88 with about a 15-20 car length lead over the 24 of Jay Wood as they come through 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4, looks like it's going to be the 88 of Too Fast, easily getting the win of the stage, number 2. Following him is going to be Jay Wood in the 24 across the line. It looks like Party People is running out of gas as he's coasting along the apron. 13, the controller is going to come around him. It looks like we're going to have a few more cars get by him. Oh, we have some more action going on in the back as the 9 and the 19 got together a little bit there. All right, so we've had some action-packed first 2 stages here. As the number 88 car has definitely enjoyed it. He's shown himself a force to be reckoned with. All right, come for the restart. In fact, 88's going to get the lead as they come across the line. He's going to get around, clear the 24 of Jay Wood. It looks like the 24 is going to drop in front of the 48. So we have Hendrick Motorsports running 1, 2, 3 as they come out of turns 1 and 2. It looks like Trans is going to clear for 4th, where he's going to bring controller along with him for 5th position. We got Party back in 6th as Corey and Cracker are battling side by side for 7th and 8th. Out of turn number 4, Jay Wood taking a look to the inside of Too Fast as they come across the line. Is he going to get it? Nope. Too Fast holds him off as they go into turn number 1. We'll see. Jay Wood takes a little bit of a peek, but there's not enough room there. 48 of Motorsports, however, jumps up high as they come through 1 and 2. And we are 3 wide coming down the back stretch. funnels back down to 2 wide as they go into turn number 3. 13 in control. It takes a look for a moment on the inside, gets a little bit of contact with the 22 of Corey, slides up in front of the 1 of Party. Number 1 of Party gets together with the 9 of Cracker. Cracker gets together with the 8. The 8 car towards goes off into the grass. Caution is out as we have a big mess there on the front stretch. Yeah, but yeah, you still got trapped. All right, pits are open this time. Looks like we're going to have everybody hitting pit road. See the 95 car staying out, maybe taking a wave around. We'll have to find out here. We'll have to watch, see who wins the race off pit road, and see how they line up for the restart. Right, race off of pit road is going to be the 88 winning the race off of pit road, followed by the 48 of Motorsports. 2 of Trans Am comes off of pit road, number 3rd. Jay Wood drops a couple spots back to 4th. Looks like the number 1 of Party is going to come out 5th. 20 of Miz comes out 6th. Followed by the 9, the 13, the 22. We'll be getting 1 to go this time when they get to the line. How many laps? Well, let me know when you get to the line. So we were taking 1 to go this time. So 47 laps to go this time. When we get the green, it'll be 46 laps to go left in the race. And it's been a wild one so far. This is the first caution we've had for incidents so far this evening. You kind of want to say it won't be the last, but to be honest, the way these guys have raced, it very well could be the last. Say hi to our good friend there, Crazy. Glad to see you tuning in, bud. We look forward. Hope you can make it tomorrow night. Crazy was one of our rookie drivers last season. He's watching us all the way from down there in Chile. And we want to say, hey, bud, glad to see you catching in, and hope you can catch till the end of the race. Yep, this is the final stage. We are coming to 46 to go on the restart. We have the 88 has won the first 2 stages. 48 is going to be starting on his outside. It's been a very fun race so far, and looking forward to seeing it. Coming out of turn number 4, heading into the restart zone. Going to get a good look at it. 88's going to get a good jump on the field. Green flag is out. He's going to bring the 2 along with him. It's definitely been the inside lane has been where you want to restart every time. As 88 gets a huge jump, 5-6 car lengths over the rest of the field. He's going to 2 and 48 are still side by side as they run for second. And they get the 24 pushing the 48 and 22 trying to suck up there behind the 1 car as they head into turn number 3. Side by side, 3 rows deep. They were all door to door as they try to settle out who's going to take over second and try to chase down that 88 car and see if they can't take the win from them. Coming across the line, we have 45 laps to go this time by. As they head into turn number 1, it looks like the 2 is going to clear the 48, take a solid hold on second position. And meanwhile, we have the 48 and the 24 lined up nose to tail with the 22 of Corey trying to take a peek on the outside and see if he can't get a run. Side by side, heading into turn number 3, we have the 48 and the 2 battling for second. We have the 22 and the 1 battling for fifth. As they come out of turn number 4, the 2 is going to clear the 48. 48 gets a little bit of a wiggle there. 24 is going to get a run under the inside. Heading into turn number 1, it looks like the 24s stay side by side with the 48. Through turns 1 and 2, we'll see if the 48 is able to clear him. Nope, the 24 is going to clear the 48. Yes, he is. 24 takes over third position from the 48 of Motorsports. Corey moves up to 5th behind them as Party drops back to 6th. And meanwhile, we have Controller back there in 7th as he tries to work his way up, followed by Miz. And then it looks like it's going to be Bombs, Cracker. We'll round up the field as we have 2 retirees so far this evening. We had the 8 car lose a motor early on, and then recently we had the 19 out from an accident. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump on board with the 48 as he watches the 24 and the 2 battle side by side. And where did that 22 car come from with a huge run through turns 3 and 4? He tried to suck up there behind his teammate. And it looks like that's what we're going to have here, the battle of the teammates. So 22 gets around Motorsports for 3rd or 4th position, while Jay Wood and Trans continue to battle for 2nd up ahead. And meanwhile, the 88 car is just loving this as he's just driving away and trying to check out and see if he can't steal a win from all the chase guys. They come through turns 3 and 4. And it looks like 22 gives his teammate a little bit of a bump coming out of turn 4, gets him a little squirrely. The 2-car Trans Am gathers it back up, however, and he tries to tuck in and follow behind Jay Wood, see if he can't try to make some ground up on the 88. Party, the number 1 car, closes back up on the 48 of Motorsports as they continue to battle for 5th. Corey in the 22 gets a little bit loose. Party gets a little bit looser, but they both gather it up, keep them straight as they head down the backstretch into turn number 3. Coming through 3 and 4, we have the 48 trying to take a look back on the inside of the 22. Jumps up to the high side, see if he's going to carry that momentum. Nope, nowhere to go with it. He drops down low to the inside, falls back in line as we have a 9-car freight train lined up going nose to tail here. And it looks like the first 1, 2, 3, 6 cars are going to trying to gap in the rest of the field a little bit. But we'll have to see. But even when the rest of those guys are all lined up together, they don't really seem to have anything for that 88 car. They still can't close that gap on him. So at this point, it looks like it's going to take a pretty big mistake on his end to finish up, to not win this race and let one of these other guys get it. Side by side, they're battling for 5th position. We see the number 1 and the 48 Party of Motorsports heading down the backstretch, going into turn number 3. Party in the 1 clears Motorsports in the 48, hold them off for 5th. And they come through turns 3 and 4, heading down towards the front stretch. You see, looks like Jay Wood and Too Fast are starting to gap the rest of the cars a little bit as they come out of turn number 2. And what was about a 5-car length gap between the 24 and the 2 is now about a 25-car length gap. But meanwhile, he's closed it down to about a 3-car length gap on the 88 as they come out of turn number 4. So it looks like those Hendrick Motorsports cars are going to try to settle it between themselves and pull away from the rest of the field. They've really been two of the best cars all night. We had the 19 had a very strong car earlier, but he had some bad luck. He got caught up in an accident, caught a pit road penalty at the end of the first stage, and had a little bit more bad luck, and then ended up having some mechanical issues, and the team had to call it a night. The 8 car, he had a rough night from the start. It seemed like they had an early unscheduled pit stop. Not sure if he had a tire going down or some damage, but he had to make an unscheduled stop and never really recovered. Ended up losing a motor before we were halfway through the second stage. So other than that, though, everybody's still running. I believe most cars are still on the lead lap as this battle for the lead is starting to heat up here. You see the 24 of Jay Wood taking a couple of looks inside the 88 as they coming out of the corners and gets those good runs from the center off. It seems like he's trying to make the run. He just doesn't have enough to complete the pass and has to fall back in line. As we see him coming through turns 1 and 2 side by side, 88 at too fast up on the high side, trying to use that momentum to hold off Jay Wood in the 24. Jay Wood trying his best to get a lock on the next round so he can try to defend and go back to back for championships. He's our defending Cup champions from last year, doing his best to try to hold on, get up there, move his way up there with as little hesitations and little worry as possible. What's the best way to do that? Win the race. You win and you're in, you move on to the next round as long as you start, no matter where you finish. So we see the new leader, the 24, clears the 88 as they come out of turn number 2, heading down the backstretch. The 88 pops back up high again. He's going to try to use that momentum. Nothing there. It looks like we have a new fastest car of the race as Jay Wood has cleared the 88, and he's already gapped in 3 or 4 car lengths as they cross the line, heading into turn number 1. Let's see if he's going to keep gapping him. It looks like 88's going to close up a little bit, but he starts to drift up high. He's probably getting a little bit of an arrow push there as he rides behind the 24. They head into turns 3 and 4, but even with that battle they're doing, they've still gapped third place in the rest of the field by almost in half straightaways. They're at the line now, and the rest of the field's just now coming out of turn number 4. However, back here further in the field, we have one heck of a battle going on as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars all battling for third on back. And they're just in one big wad of a pack as they come out of turn number 2. It looks like the 22 of Corey gets a little bit loose, drops all the way down to the bottom. Corey is diving into pit road. It looks like we are just catching some green flag pit stops here. So we see the 22 diving down there. We'll see who's going to be next. If anyone else is going to go in with him. Looks like the 95 is also going to dive down into pit road. See if we have any more takers. Yep, we have the 48, the 2, and the 1 all diving down pit road this time. Party gets a little bit close to the edge there. He's really digging, trying to get it in there. He's going to come around the 2 of Trans Am. Look at that entrance for Party going in. That's dedication, and that is practice right there. As all 3 cars make it in there. The number 1 getting around the number 2 on pit road, entrance road. That was impressive, folks. He was right there at the edge, and we see the leaders diving into pit road now. Jay Wood in the 24 and Too Fast in the 88, and they tried to do it, but that was not as impressive as it was for that last run of the cars going in with that the 1 and the 2 coming around each other. You see the 20 and the 13 also diving into pit road this time. So now we're just going to have to watch and see where everyone's going to file out. Corey and 22 coming out of 4, heading to the line. Let's see if who he's going to get around, where he's going to let merge together. We have other cars coming out of pits now. Looks like Corey is going to get around the 48, the 1, and the 2 as they come down the backstretch, heading into turn number 3. He's all over the back of Motorsports in the 48 as Motorsports is getting up to speed. He may be able to hold him off. Yes, he does. He's able to keep Corey back there behind him in the 22. So come across the line. Now let's see where they come out and blend in with the other cars that are finally pitting last. Coming out of through turns 1 and 2, Corey in the 22 gets a big run, clears the 48 of Motorsports. And it looks like too fast for that. Another good pit stop. Going to make a bigger lead as he has about a 15-20 car length over the 24 Jay Wood right now, and then it's probably another 50 car lengths back to the 22 of Corey as they come out of turn number 2. And then about another 10 car lengths back to a good 3-car battle here between the 1, the 2, and the 13 as they head into turns 3 and 4. And they're trying to run down the 2 and 22 and the 48 of Motorsports and Corey. See if they can't try to get at least up into the top 3 with one of them. Across the line, it looks like they're all going to line up nose to tail and try to see if they can run them down. But it's going to take a lot more than I think even 7-8 cars lined up to try to run down that 24 and the 40 and the 88. They've been on point. 88's definitely picked it up here with the green flag pit stops and expanded his lead substantially over the 24. Now all that work the 24 Jay Wood did trying to chase him down and get that spot, he's going to have to do again trying to catch him back up to him again. Lead's about the same as it was last time we took a look. We'll drop back here and watch this 3-car battle we got going on for 5th place as the 13 controller takes a look on the outside of Party. And meanwhile, Trans Am in the 2 drops down to the inside of Party, or inside behind Party, follows behind him. He's going to try to push him around and see if they can't both get clear of the 13. Party drifts up coming out of turn number 4 in front of the 13 controller. Trans all the way down to the apron as they come across the line. Trans is going to try to dive in, take that 5th spot away, and see if he can't try to make some time up on the 2 cars battling up in front of him. Coming out of turn number 2, it looks like Party's going to get that momentum, keep it going. Controller's going to jump up high, stay up there with him, and try to stay with that Chevy. And we know he's been Chevy loyal his whole career that he's been racing online. As they come out of turn number 4, he stays up high behind the 1. The Party drops back down in front of the 2 of Trans Am, tries to use that push from him coming down the front stretch and see if they can't make some more time up on the cars, 48 22 cars, while they battle for 3rd up ahead of them. They see those cars, they see those points, and they say, we need those points, we're going to move up. Heading down the back stretch, we're going into turns 3 and 4, and we got 5 cars right back together again. And these guys, they've been together pretty much all night long, so it's definitely the spot to watch right now. We're not missing anything up front right now. It's gap up front's a little about the same. It's closed down a little bit more. We're keeping an eye on it, though. And they get up there and they start racing against each other, and it starts getting a little more interesting. We'll jump back up there. Meanwhile, though, this is definitely the most intense battle on the track because we have the 13 all over the 2 of Trans Am going through turns 1 and 2 and down the backstretch last time by. And 2 of Trans Am keeps trying to take peeks onto the inside of Party as they come across the line. But nowhere to go, no momentum to take. So Party's going to go ahead. He's going to hold on to that 5th spot for another lap. As they come across through turns 1 and 2, Trans drops down low, tries to make another run, but still nothing there for him. We'll be coming to 19 to go this time by, and it looks like we're getting ready to have a challenge for the lead. 18 to go this time by, I'm sorry. And it looks like we're getting ready to have a challenge for the lead as 24 is getting a big run. He's chased down the 88 of Too Fast. And they look at, he takes a look inside going through turns 1 and 2. Coming out of turn number 2, Too Fast still with the advantage heading down the backstretch. Going into turn number 3, they're about a car length apart. This seems to be where Jay Wood's been getting the big runs all night long as he's been coming out of turn number 4. Coming to the line this time, it'll be 17 laps to go. About a car and a half length distance as Too Fast pulls it open a little bit more that lap. Heading into turns 1 and 2 as they come through this time by. It looks like Too Fast about 2 cars going in, but Jay Wood's making up his time coming out down to about a car length and a half heading down the backstretch. Going into turn number 3, they're battling for the lead is car length apart. Coming out of turn number 4, it looks like they're about half a car length apart now. As they come out of 4, Jay Wood swings to the high side, drops back down low, trying to use that momentum. 16 laps to go, and they are bumper to bumper as they come across the line. Going into turn number 1, there's a half a car length between them. Coming through the center of 1 and 2, coming out of turn 2, heading down the backstretch. Too Fast swings way up high to the high side. Jay Wood drops down low. They follow back in line, heading down the back. Going into turn number 3. Nose to tail, we'll see if they're going to stay in line or if Jay Wood's going to try to take another run at him as they come out of turn number 4. Coming to the line, when they get to the line this time, it'll be 15 laps to go. 15 to go. 1 car length between the top 2 cars as they head down the front stretch, going into turn number 1. Jay Wood's going to dive down low again. Too Fast is going to run about the middle of the track as they come out of turn 2. Too Fast drifts up a little bit. Jay Wood drifts up a little bit more behind him as they line up nose to tail coming down the backstretch. Heading into turn number 3. Both cars run in the middle of the track, about a car length apart. Coming out of turn number 4, and we're getting down here to the nitty gritty as they come out of turn 4, come line. It'll be 14 laps to go this time by. And the gap's about the same. They're about a car length apart as they head into turn number 1. Who's going to go for it? Do they have enough gas to make it? Do they have to stop again? All these questions, nobody knows what's going through their minds right now. Heading down the backstretch, going into turn number 3. We got about a car length and a half, almost 2 car lengths as they come around some lap traffic, lapping past the number 95 of Bombs Away. Coming out of turn number 4. Jay Wood's getting a big run to the inside. 13 laps to go this time by as they cross the line. Going into turn number 1, we have the 9 of Cracker coming out of pit road. So it's going to be very close. It's questionable if anyone can make it or not. Coming out of turn number 2, the 24, and goes low, and the 88 drifts high. 88 pit road. Leader goes to pit road. So we have a new leader. So 24, Jay Wood takes the lead. Coming out of turn number 4, will be 12 to go this time when they get to the line. 88 car, Too Fast, commits to pit road. This is going to definitely be the money stop of the race. So we'll keep an eye on Jay Wood, see if he comes in this time or if he lets the 88 get a little bit of an advantage on those fresh tires. Because every lap you're out here running on older tires, it's going to hurt you. Coming down the back stretch, you see the 24. He's going to go ahead. He's going to hit pit road this time by as he commits going through turns 3 and 4. Where's this going to put us at with our battle between these top 2 cars? We jump back over here. We see still to pit the 13, the 22, and the 2 as they are out on track. Meanwhile, we have other cars coming out on track. Make sure everyone's able to blend cleanly. We're going to find the 88, see where he's going to come out. 24 is off of pit road. Here we have the 88 coming out of pit road. Let's see where he's going to blend out. How many laps now? Well, what do you see it is? Because you just pitted when the 88 pitted. Okay. Coming to 10 laps to go this time. It should be. We'll see where this 88 is going to file out. If he's going to get back around the 24. Looks like we. 11. Okay. All right, we had a miscount on our laps there. It should be 10 to go this time by. It looks like the 24 of Jay Wood is going to come out with a huge lead over the 88 of Too Fast. Not sure what he did there, but that's got to be a 30 or 40 car length difference there. So what we thought was going to be the leader with the 88, because he's been making huge advantages every pit stop, has now gone to the 24 as they're at 9 laps to go. heading through turns 1 and 2. We'll see if the 88 is able to catch back up to Jay Wood, or if Jay Wood just managed to go ahead and steal this one. Coming to 8 laps to go as the 24 comes out of turn number 4, and that 88 is coming behind him. So I'm not sure if he might have just taken 2 tires or something like that, but definitely looks like the 88's a little bit faster right now, but we'll have to watch and see if he's able to catch up to him or not. We're going to go ahead, we're going to jump on board and take a look as they come down the backstretch heading into turn number 3. And you can definitely see that 24 is getting closer, coming out of turn number 4. They'll be coming to 7 laps to go this time by. As they get to the line, it is 7 to go. And yes, that 88 is definitely closing. Whether or not he's got enough time to get there is another story. Out of turn number 2, they're heading down the back stretch. Going into turn number 3, and it's closing a little more, but now it seems like it might be stabilizing a little bit as well. Down to about a 15 car lengths. 6 laps to go this time by. A little bit of trouble further in the pack. Couple cars getting together. Everyone keeping them straight, keeping them going. So we stay green. Jay Wood in the 24 coming out of turn number 4. It'll be 5 to go this time by. 5 laps to go. So 24. Yep, the gap has definitely stabilized if he's not pulling away a little bit more right now. 6. Okay. All right, it is 5 to go this time by. Another little bit of a lap miscount. 5 to go for the number 24 of Jay Wood. The 88 continues his impressive appearance into the league as he runs currently in the 2nd position. Four to go. We watch our leader, and this has chase implications for him as well. If the 88 wins, he's not a chase driver. Nobody locks in this race. If the 24 wins, he is a chase driver. He locks himself into the next round, which means he would be the only person that is worry-free. As they come out of turns 3 and 4 this time by, should be coming to 3 laps to go. 3 to go right there for the 24 as the 88 follows behind him. Gap's pretty much stable. No real change between them two, and no challenges really at all from behind, as they have definitely got the field with these long green flag runs. Coming up down the backstretch, heading into turns 3 and 4 as we get ready to coming down to 2 laps to go when they get to the line this time. Coming out of turn 4 past pit road entrance, and we are at 2 laps to go in the race. That's 3 more miles left to go. Heading into turn number 1. Gap has been stabilized. As long as he hits his marks, this is Jay Wood's race to throw away. Coming through turns 1 and 2. Heading out of the backstretch. Going into turns 3 and 4 for the second to last time as they get ready to come out of turn number 4. He's looking up ahead. He sees the white flag up ahead of him. Coming out of turn number 4, across the line. White flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go for the 24 of Jay Wood. The 88 follows behind him. Coming out of turn number 2, we have the 24 Jay Wood for the final time, heading down the backstretch. Is he going to hold on to it? Is he going to make sure he's good to go? Coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Hugging right there on the white line. Out of turn number 4. Heading down the front stretch to the line for the first race of the chase season for the 2019 season. Season number 5. 24 Jay Wood gets the win. Followed by the 88. Leading Hendrick Motorsports 1-2. Third place. goes to the 48, followed by the rest of the field. We will get the finishing order here momentarily. We'll get our top 3 drivers in here. We'll speak with them in just a moment. Who was third? Who was third? Okay. All right, we're getting our top 3 guys in here. All right, so we're getting our top 3 finishers in here for this evening's race. Let's take a look at who we got in here so far. Too Fast, 88 car. Man, you had a hell of a car out there tonight. We watched you. Very, very strong in the first and second stages. Very strong in the final stages. It seemed like every pit stop you were making up ground on the 24. That last pit stop, though, it seemed to throw it off. How was your race tonight? What happened on that last stop? Do you think you had anything for the 24 there at the end? Ouch. Well, that definitely would hurt, having a little bit of a slow stop like that. But you guys definitely put on a good show. You showed you had a really strong car early on, and it seemed like once all the Hendrick cars really seemed to be good once you guys got together and you got in some clean air. So congrats on your second place finish. You definitely had a good car. A lot of us were all talking. We thought you were going to end up with the checkered flag tonight. I think that last pit stop was ultimately the difference. So congrats on your second place finish. We look forward to seeing what you got for the track tomorrow night in the trucks and in the Bandits. And did you have anything you wanted to say to close out your evening?
Thank you.
All right. Next, we'll have a word with our third place finisher, Motorsports, in the 48 car. Motorsports, clean night for you. It seemed like you just kind of wanted to ride and relax, pace yourself. How was your night? How was your car? How'd it feel out there tonight?
The car was good. Crew chief gave me a good one. And yeah, I was trying to be patient, not wreck anybody. And it all came together at the end, so pretty happy for the result.
All right. Well, good, solid night out there. Nice top 3 finish. Great way to start your run for the chase at the championship. And we look forward to seeing what you get next time you're out here on track with us.
Thank you.
All right. And now we'll have a word with our winner here, Jay Wood, 24 car. Seemed like you laid back a little bit there early on in the race, kind of let things settle out. But once you and that 88 car got up there in clean air, you guys just kind of checked out on the field, and it didn't really seem like anybody had anything for you. How was your race? How was your car tonight? How were your thoughts on it?
My car was great. I had to make some adjustments, a little tight. But at the early in the part of the race, with me and Trans were racing, and we almost had a wreck with the 19. And then I couldn't, track position was pretty key. We made up, and again, my car was tight, so I made some adjustments. Got up there and was running with too fast. The biggest difference was there at the end was I got a 14-1 and he, like he said, got a 16-2.
All right. Well, yeah, that we were watching it, and everyone knew that last pit stop. We thought he was going to cycle out with a lead, and then, yeah, it made the big difference. It just seemed like once that gap was there, he couldn't overcome it. You guys definitely had some strong cars out there. Congratulations on getting the first win in the first race of the chase. Lock yourself into the next round as long as you make your starts, and we look forward to seeing what you go. We know you're trying to go back-to-back and become the first driver to go back-to-back, so we definitely want to wish you luck in that. We look forward to seeing what you got on the track. We want to say one more time, congratulations and good win tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was our top 3 finishers. We look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night. We'll be broadcasting onboard views when we run the Bandits and the Gunman races here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway as we get ready to get things going for their chases and see what happens over there. Definitely invite you all to tune in, catch all the onboard cameras, see what happens. And in the meantime, if you liked what you saw out here tonight, we invite you to go check out Veedverks.com. They do a lot. They offer us a lot of support, and the products are something I will personally stand behind, and I've used personally myself and can vouch for as far as their effectiveness and quality. So go make sure you go check them out. Head over to Veedverks.com. They have something. If you have anything that you're dealing with, you need something to help relax or anything like that, they have what you need. So make sure you go check them out. Tell them that the Outlaws sent you over there, and they'll hook you up with some good deals. So, for myself, for all the drivers out here, all the stars and cars of the Veedverks Cup Outlaws Series, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We'll see you all tomorrow night with our onboard views, and we'll be back here in the broadcast booth live next week at Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We look forward to seeing you all. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you all next week.